So when we came into, I can remember, so when we came into the hotel, there was a package on the bed with perfume and different things. And I remember my husband saying, I can get used to this life. Said, Diche, when are you writing the next one? Because I can get used to this life. So, God, stay well. But we had an amazing time.
We did.
We sat there, and even though we didn't win, it still felt amazing. Like even being recognized at all was just winning for us. And being recognized on the very first thing that we decided to write professionally. At that time, we didn't even talk money because that was not the thing. And that's one of the things that we teach in our training arm. When you're just coming out, you can't be majoring on the minor. How much it will pay you, if they will steal your scripts, all those things are minor until you get your screen credits. When you have gotten screen credits and people know you, then you can start having those conversations.
Yeah.
But the first thing is just do the work, do it well. And people will treat you right because they want to keep you as a client, they want to keep you as their writer. So they will automatically treat you right if you do your job well. So just focus on that. That's the major for you.
Yeah. And I like that you brought that point up because I remember that I was in Ibadan. I think I went to see my husband then. I can't remember. I went visiting or something. And then you called me and said, oh, Joy just called me and asked how much we want to be paid. We did, like Diche said, we didn't talk about money throughout the entire process. We were not even thinking, like it didn't even occur to us. We didn't even have that conversation at all. Like even between you and I, we didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about, how much would they pay us or anything. No.
We just wanted to tell a good story.
Yeah, we just wanted to tell a good story. And then Diche called me and I said, I paused actually. You might not know. And then I thought about it. And I thought about the conversations that I'd had with Kehinde Joseph, which is where Kehinde Joseph, and I gave her a figure. She said, She was like, I said, just tell her that.
By the way, I like that we're telling the story because people always feel like Diche is the assertive one. Diche is the one who's always been. Whenever we maybe come up with a decision or we tell a client, they say, I know it's Diche, and I'm laughing. I have no clue who this girl is. If you be telling me, I'm the calm one.
That's always true. I don't mind that. So I remember when I told her, she said, So like, are you sure? I said, just tell her.
Because it was double my salary plus something. I'm telling you.
And I said, just tell her first now. The worst that can happen is
that
she'll
say no.
She now said, okay. She now got off the phone. And I didn't even think about it. I just continued what I was doing. I think a few minutes later, you called me and I said, she agreed though. She agreed though. Like, she didn't even argue. She said that is what they had in mind to pay us.
That's exactly what she told me.
I said, you see, that thank God that we did not even say
something lower. Yeah.
She now said, okay, no wahala.
So that's another thing. If you're newly writing and you don't have no clue as to what to charge, if somebody calls you and they say, what do you want? Ask them what they're offering so that you don't shoot yourself in the foot.
Very important.
Because if what they plan to give you is bigger than what you call, they will give you what you call though.
Yeah.
And save their money.
Yeah.
So listen to what they have to say first. If it's not as big as what you had in your mind, then you can talk. But most times, trust me, you'll be shocked. Yeah. I was. I was shocked.
Yeah, so and that's how we wrote our very first film, and we went on to be nominated as at the AMVCAs. And like she said, even though we didn't win, it was still an amazing experience for us. We met a lot of people.
Yeah. We collected a lot of cards.
Yes.
We went there prepared though. Went with our cards.
Yeah.
We quickly printed. Hey, the first time I put in leg in the AMVCA, they must know we came. We quickly printed cards. We're saying hi to people. We met different people there. I met in the hotel. We met people like Obiomelo in the elevator. Just being in that space.
Yes.
Alone, we met so many people.
I met different people. Yes, at breakfast we met in the bank college.
Yes,
I can't remember. But we met in the bank college. We met Tunde Babalola.
Yes, we met Tunde Babalola.
And Tunde Babalola was the one who won in our category.
Yes, he won.
Yes, so
we're still beefing.
So we met him, and it was quite an experience.
Yes, it was really cool. Experience. And then afterwards, we got a call.
Yes, we did.
So I think it was for Jennifer's Diary. Was that it?
Yeah, it was still through Joy.
So Joy called us and said, "Oh, they're doing Jennifer's. Funke Akindele wanted to start the series, Jennifer Diaries, and she wanted us to be on it. And so we came. We started that. That was also an amazing experience. Yeah. Shout out to Funke Akindele. It was a good experience for us. We we learned a lot on that process as well. And we started, putting on our professional hats
Yeah.
more and more because we started getting more calls. And then, so how did writers in concept? Because at this time, we were still Diche and Tope.
Yes, we were still Diche and Tope.
So we got a call for a series.
Sorry. Please, I need to really pee. So hold that thought. So we got a call. I need to pee. I'm sorry, ma. But I'm pressed.
Is this not like 2 hours already? Is it 2 hours, Abi? When we got there, so we went for the meeting, I remember vividly we were so unprepared, and I don't even understand why. Because when we had initially had jobs with individuals.
Yeah.
So we, job with Sheyi, Babatope, we spoken to Joy, spoken to Funke Akinbode, spoken to, a couple of people, but they were all on a one-on-one kind of basis. Yeah. But this was a company, a production company looking to do something. And when they had gotten our cards, somebody had given them. So
I think it was through the AMBCs as well.
Yes, I think somebody, it was so somebody gave the card to show them and said, oh, okay, these ladies, But the cards that we made were individual cards. They were Diche, writer, Tope, writer. So one of us had cards, I guess. So they gave it to them and they were like, okay, she invite us. And usually when anybody calls, if you call only me, I'll tell you that I work with somebody. If you call only Tope, she'll tell you that she works with somebody. That's from the beginning. Because it felt like, this is working, don't rock the boat. So if you want the excellence you're seeing, it's the two of us that brought that excellence. Don't deceive yourself. So we went there and they were when we started having conversations, they said they don't work with, they would only work with us if we're a company. And so I think when they heard that there are two girls or they work together, they kind of felt like we're a company and their contracts or something like that.
Yeah, they had a contract.
Yes, they had a contract and it was like company to company. It wasn't individuals.
In fact, I think what shook us was the fact that they said our company's seal had to be on the contract that we signed.
That one even came later. First of all, have company first. So our first instinct was, or maybe my first instinct, because Tope can be very bold like a lion. Yeah. I'm still, the Holy Spirit is helping me, with that. And so my first instinct was, keep your work now. Let's be going because company we don't have and everything. But say we can do all things. This company, don't worry. But let's first of all talk about the story. We now started talking about having a conference to discuss the story and everything. And so while that process was going on, don't define.
Yes, so
let's register this thing. So I came up with a name, sharp. So what this whole process actually taught me is that all things always work together for our good, because the series eventually wasn't produced. Even till now, it still hasn't been produced. Maybe it will be, but as at today, where we're making this video, the series has not been produced. But if that whole process didn't happen, maybe there will be no writers in concept. Maybe we would have still formed it down the line, but it kind of just got us to
it was like the launch pad that we needed, to get moving. And then we started a company. Again, I want to also, emphasize the fact that we had people who encouraged us, because I remember that when we came up with the name, like doing the cards, my husband was like, no, you guys cannot go to the AMVC without, having your cards. Then coming up with the name, I remember we told my mom was like, okay, no, do this, then showing her the designs and all of that, coming up with the logo, all those things, having people who are interested in what you're interested, who are interested in your dream, in your passion,
who believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Exactly. Because that helped us a lot. For people who were really talented, it's now that we're comfortable with saying things like that, like saying that we're talented or that we're good at what we do. I don't know if you thought of it as boasting or being vain, but we always, and I think it's a creative person's problem, or always thinking, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I'm not bringing any value. Okay. Please, blow your trumpet. In this life, everybody's trying to plug people's trumpets. You don't want the trumpet to sound. You have to blow your trumpet by yourself. So we rushed. We got the company going. Every time they tell us one new thing, you need seal. Let's go and do seal. You need this. Let's go and do. So we kind of were just keeping up. And we did that job.
Yeah, and with every job, we came up with policies, we came up with a process. With every job that we did, we started finding ways. Maybe something will happen, and say, this will never happen to us again. We'll come up with a policy, we'll come up with a process. And we also constantly, because again, it was an industry where people were not used to dealing with companies, especially at the writing level. And I've often heard where they say the writers are at the bottom of the food chain, not us. Call it boastful, call it whatever you want. We're not at the bottom of the food chain.
Never.
Do we look like we're at the bottom of the food chain? No. So we sort of brought a new dimension to writing in the industry because we were a company. It's not just an individual.
It was a new thing.
So it was a new thing. People, when you say, I'll send you a contract and an invoice, people are looking at you like, Is it not just writing? Go and write it now. Yes, because people have this tendency, or they believe that I did comprehension in secondary school.
It's not English.
All of us can write. Why am I in the room? Go and write it now. It's true. Go and write it. And I know teacher will sometimes look at me like, wait, I'm pinching.
Yes, I'm always pinching because I
but I'm just always like, You can't call me to leave my house and say you want to give me a job and then insult me. No, you can't do that. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, and writers get that a lot in this industry. One of the reasons we're telling this story is that we want to inspire writers.
Yes.
A lot of people feel like what they bring to the table isn't of value enough. They think that the actors are more important, the directors are more important, the producers are more important. Everybody's equally important. I've even seen some posts where they said, there was a particular post I saw, and it said, when you watch a memorable character on screen, who made that happen? Is it the writer? Is it the actor? Is it the director? And I'm wondering why. What I'm wondering is why are we having this conversation?
Yeah, why is
there a need to have this conversation? Everybody contributed, no matter how little or how much, and that should be enough. So I feel like whatever the writers are bringing to the table, everybody is bringing value, and really that should be enough. We don't need a skill.
And writers need to understand that you are, again, like I said, I'm very passionate about this. You are not at the bottom of the food chain. In fact, if you look at the way the credits are given, you are above the line. Your credit should come immediately. Just before the director's credit, you will see a writer's credit. Check all the Hollywood films. I know that we don't do it in Nollywood. Like, we don't follow that pattern. But I remember having I won't call it an argument.
You can call it a fallout. Because Tope had a fallout. With the producer.
Yes, with the producer, because she kept arguing with me that no, right? I said, go and check any Hollywood film. Look at the credits. When you check the credits, if it is the opening credit, the moment you have your producer, whatever, executive producer, all of that, you will have the writer and the director. After that, no more. You can't see anybody's name on the screen again. The writer, then the director. She kept arguing with me. She now said, she has a friend. She will call the friend. The friend watches a lot of Hollywood. I said, call the friend. Put him on speaker. She now called the friend and put him on speaker. He said exactly the same thing. Because I pay attention to these things. You are on the above the line credit. Yeah. If you don't know what above the line credit is, please check Google. I don't want to. This one is not teaching class.
Yeah, we're telling our story.
We're telling our story. We're not training. But you need to know that you're not at the bottom of the food chain. You need to know that you're bringing something to the table. You need to know that there is value in what you are doing. You are the one that will open that blank page and be looking at it like this until it begins to fill up. Yeah. So the actor can act. This can just be Gboyega. For example, in Mama Drama, you have Gboyega, you have Mena, you have Mama Delano. We
were everybody.
Yeah. Everybody.
We were Mena, we were Gboyega, we were crew, because we had to come up with their lines, we had to come up with their emotions, we had to come up with everything that they're feeling, how would they react. That's us. So I think that, as a writer, I hope that this story inspires you. I hope that you've learned something. I hope that our journey has in some way, showed you that it's okay to be naive at the beginning. It's okay to be confused at the beginning. It's even normal for you to think that you're not even good enough in the beginning. But as long as you keep pushing and you have people who are helping and you begin to believe yourself as much as people around you believe in you.
And you're training, you're
growing, learning. We went for a lot of trainings. Yes. We went for Story by Chrissy Ido.
Yeah.
We took the master class by Shonda Rhimes.
Yes.
We also have learned a lot. We definitely were not where we are then.
Now.
Yes, now.
We forgot a part, you know. I said that when I was starting the story, I said that when I met Mr. Inka then, and how, we didn't, you know, we sort of lost contact. But funny enough, we worked Mr. Inka so many times now. So many times now, you know, and there are many things that we've also been able to learn from different people that have gone ahead of us. That's the truth.
Oh yes, we learn on every job. So we learn in the writer's room. We learn from producers that we work with.
Yeah.
We're learning from head writers that we've worked with. We learn from other writers that we've worked with. We are so, if you see us, we are sponges. We come here, you will soak everything good from you and move and add it to the one that we know. So I think that's one of the things that has really helped us in our journey.
Yeah. In the meantime, I want to say a big thank you to everybody that has been a part of our journey, because we recognize the gift of people. And so we want to especially mention the names of these people. We want to thank Joy Grant. You are an amazing person. Thank you for giving us a shot at the industry. Thank you, because you were the one that got used as the ladder to launch us into the industry. Thank you so much. I want to also say a big thank you to Pastor Kingsley and Pastor Mildred Okonkwo
of Davis Christian Center.
Davis Christian Center. You guys gave us the incubation room, you know, giving us that platform, the opportunity to be able to exercise our talents, to even say, we want to try this. Thank you so much.
And being blessed in the process.
Yes, I'm being blessed in the process, because if I had not said that word, I might not have gone off the ground, you know. So thank you so much. We also want to say a big thank you to Mr. Inka Ogun.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Inka. Mr. Inka taught us a whole lot. He made us see ourselves as brands, which is something that we would, you know, teach as well in our training. He did that for us, and we're ever grateful. We're thankful to Shape of our talk where he kind of gave us the validation that we needed at the time, because maybe we knew we were good, but we didn't believe it. So hearing it from somebody else who was not a family member helped for us to believe in ourselves. Definitely. There's so many people who have helped us on our journey. Mr. Debo, Chinlove Eze, you know, people who kept at, they never took no for an answer. You must do this thing. We know you can do it.
Mr.
Mahmoud Ali Balogun, a lot of people who, you know, really believed in us at the beginning, really. Because I know that we've worked with a lot of people, but I feel like these people were people who plugged in when we weren't all that. They plugged in when we
along the way, they've taught us one thing or the other. I remember Mr. Mahmoud saying, you cannot be writers and not watch films. I remember Mr. Inka telling us, you have to think of this as a business. How many episodes do you need to write a day to make money? So he kind of brought us into the stop for all these butterflies in your tummy about writing. It's a business. You cannot making money. Better rethink your stance. Kendi Joseph, thank you. Lani, I see that.
Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody. For plugging in and course helping us out.
Our husbands.
Hey.
You guys are amazing.
They need a video on their own. Honestly, I'm not even joking. The support that they've given us, they need a video on their own for letting us grow, for letting us fly, for giving us the opportunity to do everything, for going on conferences, staying out, and they're the ones baiting the children. You don't have an idea.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for believing in this partnership. Thank you for everything that you guys have done so far. We don't take any of it for granted, and we want the world to know it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I think that's the end.
That's it.
We hope you enjoyed our story. And like I said, I hope it inspires you to do more.
Yeah.